Welcome to Ophiuchus Tarot. We are back again with another channel message for the collective. We are just going to jump right in and get started. But before we do, I just want to take a moment and say hi and welcome to new subscribers. I am so happy to have you on board with us. Thank you for becoming part of the Ophiuchus tribe. As always, it is an absolute honor and blessing to read for each and every single one of you. That being said, let's see what we got here. We did have a few jumpers this morning. I don't know if this is you. It could be. I do kind of feel like this is someone that wants to be dealing with you or is not sure how things are going to go. I feel like their fears are kind of at the wheel in this situation. I feel like their fears are driving them. We do have the Hermit here, so it's stopping to look for illumination, right? It's going within and really thinking something through and kind of feeling it out. And I feel like this person's maybe been stuck in a Hermit phase for quite a while. And it all has to do with offering a bit of emotion or offering up oneself for a new partnership, right? To step forward and be equals, right, in this. But this is still on hold on its side. So it's like, I feel like this person just can't seem to find the illumination. I feel like the fears keep telling them that this is all just going to fall apart, or this is all just, it's never going to be built on a solid foundation. So I feel like until this person realizes the illumination is the fact that their fears are playing a huge role in whether or not that they step forward and have happiness. I feel like this is an absolute possibility. I feel like reciprocity to people who look like they really want to get to know each other. And that option, because it's here, it is available. It's just this person can't see it yet. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. I do feel like for some of you, you might not even know this is going on. But in the background, just know that it is. Let's see. I don't know if there's going to be more about that. Sometimes it tethers. Sometimes it goes off on a different something. All right. So this is someone who hasn't had victory or doesn't, I don't want to say they don't want victory, just that they haven't been able to obtain it. Yeah, I do kind of sense the tether here. This is someone who wants to make a love offer. They're afraid it's going to come out sounding too strange or maybe too similar to things you've heard in the past. It's like, I feel like this person has the want to show up different, but maybe they can't find the right words, or I just feel like maybe they haven't been successful with even finding their brave to step forward. So let's see. Wow. Yeah. They can't see the fact that there is an opportunity there. And I feel like, yeah, they just can't see that there's still an opportunity here. I feel like they might eventually realize that they still have the opportunity to make something of this. There might have been some sort of disagreements in the past. This doesn't have to be with you. This could be about you, maybe with other people. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Could be disagreements with you. I kind of get the feeling that it's petty stuff, that it's small and petty, whatever the disagreements are. I don't know if this person had really had to fight to keep the high ground against these people who they were arguing with. I feel like it was a struggle is what I hear. It was a struggle. Yeah, and that's why they didn't put the work in. I feel like this could have come together a whole lot sooner had there not been people, I kind of want to say, sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong. Yeah. I don't know if they were trying to cloud this person's judgment with thoughts of things not going well, or yeah, like maybe this person gets a lot of cups from other people and yours would just be another one. I don't know if they tried to tell this person that they were just one of many options, something like that. I do feel like everything balanced itself out. And I feel like everything is seen clearly. And I feel like that's why this person is still kind of stuck in hermit mode. It's like, I don't know if they feel like they've missed the opportunity or that they're going to get a colder, less accepting and less welcoming version of you because they waited so long. I feel like they want to come out of that singleness. Yeah, I feel like this person's just felt out of balance. And I don't know if it's affecting other areas of their life. It could be kind of affecting their stability. I don't know. Maybe they're just not finding that passion in life as much as they used to. I get the feeling that they're blaming others for kind of blocking them from their happiness. And they're kind of sitting in that energy. It's like they've hunkered down into that energy and they're just staying in it, basically. So justice in this situation is coming through. Yeah, look at that. There's going to be a rebirth of this situation. I love to see that. I feel like this person has to do some, action steps in order to get it to go through. I guess they just have to get curious again and start looking into you and figuring out maybe what's going on in your life. Or, you know, they might just come right out and ask you. We have this sneaky business here in reverse. And it's like, sometimes, you know, when I see this Page of Swords, it's someone who's kind of stalking you online and kind of looking into you. I feel like the best and fastest way to look into someone is to just simply ask them questions, right? You get it right from the horse's mouth. You find out exactly what they're thinking, what they're feeling. And then I feel like then this person might race forward with all the things that they've wanted to say. I feel like there's a lot and it just might come tumbling out of this person's mouth. Like all the things they've been kind of waiting to say. Yeah, they want to come out of the cold. Basically, I feel like maybe you got tired of waiting. Or, yeah, it's like you healed from this situation. And I think it's like as much as they're happy that you're not hurting over the situation, now they're hurting because if you're over this, you're over it, right? So, they're taking it as because you've healed, you're over them and you couldn't care less about them in the past, you know? And I feel like that's another thing that's really, it's like speeding this person up, but at the same time kind of slowing them down. You know, I feel like, yeah, they're wondering, are you still available? Are you still my soulmate? I messed this up. I didn't do what I should have done, or I feel that I should have done. Yeah. And I don't know, I guess maybe they think, well, maybe you have a new soulmate. Maybe you're giving your time, your effort, your energy to someone else. But I think they really want it back is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, you haven't been nurturing this. You haven't been reaching out to nurture them, nurture this. I don't feel like you're going to unless something happens. Yeah, with non-action comes non-action. It's like I feel like collective, I feel like you've put in a lot of effort and energy to maybe try and move this forward in the past, to try and reach out, to try and make things better, to try and explain yourself. But I feel like all it ended up doing was, you know, still creating the distance. And I think this person really liked it when you were chasing them. I think it made them feel good that they could hold off and upset you and you would still try harder to kind of reach out to them. I don't know if that was just something within them because they struggle with maybe some type of insecurities. I don't know if this person, I mean, I think partly this person was being a little malicious, a little hurtful. I don't know if they were allowing you to prove their worth. You know, if you kept chasing, that means they were worth something, right? And I feel like this all stems from a person who maybe couldn't see their own worth at the time. Yeah. This is still on a halt. It's like, unless this person makes a move, nothing's going to happen here. So it's like, yeah, this is on the line. That stability, that growing together, that union, that's on the line. I feel like they're not going off in search of something else. They know what they want. They know it's you that they want. But unless they do something about it, they're never going to achieve that emotional stability with you. They might be able to create it somewhere else, but I don't even think they're looking in another direction. I feel like they know that they want it to be with you. Like I said, they're just not offering. I don't know if this person's just very stubborn. If I look on the bottom, I feel like this person might be realizing it. Yeah, look. There we go. This person might be realizing that unless they offer something and something of value, time, effort, energy, that this is never going to come together because you're done reaching out. And I feel like that's the illumination. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, you're losing passion for this person because they've not put into it. They've not, you know, put any work in. And I keep seeing the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, and until they do that, there'll be non-movement, and there won't be a victory in this situation. So, it is entirely up to this person whether or not they're going to step forward and start putting the work in. And I feel like they will soon realize that with that Hermit there. You know, they're gaining that illumination that they need to put the effort in, that it's not just going to fall back into their lap. Maybe it did in the beginning, and that's why they're a little confused. They're like, oh, no, they'll be back. And then they're like, wow, it's getting kind of late. No, they'll be back. And I feel like maybe they've done that a few times, and then they're like, you know, they might be sitting here now going, yeah, I don't know if they're coming back. And then the worry kicks in, you know. We're not getting what we want. Okay. So we'll see. It might take a little while for that situation to materialize. God, these cards are so big. I have to hold them sideways. They're too wide for my hands. I've noticed that the screen makes my hands look really big. They're not. I can't even get my hands around with my nails. Okay, let's see. All right, Spirit. Sea storm, calm amid the chaos. And sea beacon fairy. Wow, the two sea ones. Guidance, but where will it lead? Okay, if somebody's in really stormy kind of energetic vibes here, I feel like this is someone who's having a really rough time. I feel like this could be you, could be someone you're dealing with. So, you know, place yourself where you feel like you fit. I do feel like there's no shame in being the one who's kind of on the opposite end. It will help you just as much to know maybe where you should be going or how you should be proceeding or what options are available to you to kind of make that choice for yourself, right? So no worries about whatever side you're on. Calm amid the chaos. So I don't know what's going on. I do feel like this is stormy emotions. We have the waves behind here. And guidance, but where will it lead you? It's like maybe you have all the tools necessary to become that magician and manifest something into your life. It's like you have all the knowledge that you need, but knowing that, but where will it actually lead? If I take this chance, if I stand out on a limb, am I going to, and I start clearing out different things in my life to make room for maybe this person, or I feel like this is a person. I do feel like this stormy emotional energy is coming from someone. It's like, you know what's kind of strange? I just saw a man walking around, and this was inside of his heart, and then it kind of zoomed out to the outside, and you could see the man just walking. He didn't look like he was having this emotional storm on the inside. He was hiding it very well. By looking at him, he was even sort of kind of smiling, looking kind of serene. But on the inside, this storm was raging. It's really interesting how that can happen, that masking, that level of masking. We have magical space clearing time, and I feel like this person's wondering if they clear out old things like old options and cut off old ties to, I don't know, just maybe people they're messing with or to make room for something more serious. You know, they transition over and start cutting things off and really create those endings and saying, look, I'm not going to be getting in touch with you anymore. This is the last of it. I'm moving towards something more stable. And I kind of feel like that's what this is. And I don't know if this situation has led to this person's broken heart. And I feel like, you know, the direction they want to go in, they still don't know that even if they go in that direction, if it's going to lead to where they actually want to be. I feel like they've been brokenhearted over this situation for quite a while. So we do have that trick or treat energy, and it says we're here. This person may be approaching you soon. They may just be walking up and approaching you soon and wondering if, you know, I feel like this person doesn't have any other way of really, I feel like they feel if they communicate with you online, it's not going to be good enough. It's not going to really catch your attention. It's going to look like they're not really trying. And there is a bit of sourness in this situation. Got that tarot burp thing going on. I feel like, but then they're uncertain if it's going to be an invasion of your boundaries if they step towards you. I don't know if you've created a boundary line with this person at some point. I feel like I hear because they were sidestepping. So I feel like someone was maybe coming at you sideways, and maybe you decided to create a boundary with this person at that time. I feel like this person feels like they just need a miracle at this point. I don't know if something about your sensuality and your sexual energy maybe in the beginning made this person feel like, I don't know, maybe that was all that you wanted, or that was all you had to offer. Like you were just another someone to jump into and then jump out of. It's kind of like, that's kind of what I'm getting. But I feel like they realized there was a lot more to it, a lot more to you. Yes, I feel like you have siren energy, but then there's depth beneath of it. And I don't know if most people don't look closely enough to see that there's so much more going on. This is time for spirit. I don't know if this person couldn't really see through the fact that they were very attracted to you. I feel like they didn't realize that there was more than just the attraction, that there was actual connection. And I feel like this is a spiritual connection at that, so maybe there's a bit of confusion there, which makes sense. I feel like this person is seeing it more clearly now, but now they're just having a hard time kind of getting back to you, like circling back around to try and get back to you. Yeah, ghosts of the past. The past returns for a time. I feel like this is what this person really wants to do, but they're afraid that they're going to catch some, I don't know, like harsh energy from you. And I don't know if this person is in the right emotional state to be able to handle that, or they haven't been, and maybe that's why they've been holding off a little bit more. Everything feels very stormy in that emotional sector for this person. I feel like they realize they do have sweet memories when it comes to you. They do. Maybe for a while they were clouded by certain things. Their mind was clouded by, oh, it was just sexual energy, or, oh, you know, this person's just like anyone else. And I don't know if they were trying to prove you wrong, collective. And I do kind of get that maybe you were saying, look, we're a match. I can feel it. And, you know, they just couldn't feel it then. I feel like they feel it now, but it's like, what good does that do them is kind of what I hear. We have release your power. And I kind of get this was maybe they had to release a large volume of ego energy in order to see something with clarity, in order to be able to, it's like releasing that so that way your true power can surge up and you can see with clarity. And I feel like maybe that's what this person has done, and because they see now, I feel like. This person, I'm seeing a dragon in here, and I'm kind of feeling like maybe this person really wants to protect you in this situation now. And I feel like maybe it might seem like a large switch to you. I don't know. They're worried about the way that you see them. A tempting offer at a high price. I feel like that's where they were before. They were looking at you as being that carnivorous flower fairy, like you were just going to chomp them up, chew them up and spit them out. And I feel like they were worried that they'd never be the same. I feel like they felt it before. I feel like they felt it, but they were ignoring it, or they were shoving it down. It's like they didn't want to know that it was there. What comes around goes around. I feel like this is another fear. I feel like all of these fears are bubbling up to the surface for this person. They're afraid because they feel that they've mistreated you in the past, that what's coming to them is you to turn around when they finally realize that they're in love with you, or they care, or they really want this, that their karma is going to be you just saying, nope, buck stops here. It's not going to happen. It's like, where were you when when I tried in the beginning, when I wanted your attention, when I was warm and inviting to you? And I feel like that's what they're worried about, that they're just going to get crushed at this stage. And it's like they finally realized that they do care and that they do want this. Yeah. And then they're afraid that you're going to be like this voodoo in blue. I love this card. This is literally one of my favorite cards, voodoo blue. It says back off. And she looks like she's had enough, right? And I think they're afraid that you've finally gotten to the point where you're over it and you're not inviting. It's like, I feel like right now, collective, they're envisioning you as being this voodoo in blue. And it's like you're in this energy where you don't mind telling people that don't resonate with you to back off. It's like, or you're just not interested. And I feel like they're afraid that's going to extend to them now, where in the past they were pretty sure that you weren't going to be that energy, right? But you switched it up. So I don't know. For some of you, I do feel like you may keep them at arm's distance while they explain, I am seeing the Queen of Swords. It's like, yes, I'll allow you to speak as I hold my sword here, so you can clearly see that I can cut you off. Like, you're not automatically giving this, entry into my life. So I feel like that's kind of what they've earned, the fact for you to be very discerning when it comes to them about what they're offering this time and how they're coming in. Are they sliding in sideways? I mean, because if so, I do feel like you will simply cut them off. And I feel like they know that now. Versus before, maybe you didn't have boundaries up against this person. You were like, they'll figure it out eventually. And I feel like then you got to the point where maybe they were just mistreating you and you felt that you were just being dismissed, and rudely at that. And I kind of feel like that's where this voodoo blue energy comes in. A wonderful idea, the aha moment. I feel like that's what this person needs, the aha moment as to how to come in and how to really maneuver this, because I feel like they realize that it would be fair for them to come in with you being at that, well, I don't know how I'm going to hear you, but I'll listen, and I feel like they realize you're fair enough to listen, but they've got to come up with the right words, and they've got to be straightforward with you, why they felt the way they did, why they treated you the way that they did. And I feel like as long as it's honest from the heart, you're going to know that. I do feel like you can I feel like you can suss people out super fast. Collective, I feel like, there are a lot of really talented, tuned in, tapped in, turned up people in this collective. I really do feel like you would know. If this person was coming to you and spitting lies, you'd be able to feel it right away. I feel like your bullshit detector is like super charged up, and I feel like at this stage in life, it's like if anybody comes at you like that, you automatically just cut them off, because it's like there's no point in entertaining that. It's never going to get better when it starts off coming in, when these people come in on those big boatload of lies. Yeah, we have ancient wisdom here, and Let's see. One more, Spirit. Holding on way too tight. I don't know if they feel that you're holding on to the past way too tightly, and maybe they're a little upset that you're in this energy. I don't know. I think they're kind of skimming over the fact that you're allowed to be upset if someone's mishandled you, you know, and I feel like they hate to hear that, but it's the truth. You know, I feel like you've learned your lessons, and I feel like you're wiser for it with that ancient wisdom here. And I feel like it just kind of irks this person that they just can't, you know, slide back in. Oh, there's so much sour coming up. Ugh. I feel like this person may be quite a bit sour about the fact that you're really standing in your power. I feel like continue to stand in your power. This person has to come in correct, or they might as well just stay on the outskirts. It's like they have to come in and be honest and truthful. And I feel like that's why, what it comes down to is that is why this person knows what they need to do. Guidance, but where will it lead you? Well, it's going to maybe lead you to a bit of uncomfortable energy. They know that. That's why those seas are so stormy. You know, calm amid the chaos. And I feel like that's what they have to achieve. So yes, they know that, oh my God, I'm seeing the 3-3 and then the 2 on the side. And I just kind of heard something. As far as the channel goes, it's like they have to enter into the storm in a very calm way. And then in order to get 2 to come together, that's what they have to do. So that's the answer in this situation, is to find your calm even amid, you know, the confusion and the chaos in this situation, and really step forward. I kind of hear bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, so it's like awake and alert, so you can really navigate the situation. I feel like whoever that is needs to know that. I do feel like this could come out very well. It does say it's time to be brave at the bottom of the deck, and I feel like that's what it comes down to. Something about, I just heard something from Aragon. It's like that something parts brave, something parts stupid. And it's like, that's kind of where you find yourself. It's like, yes, it may seem like a stupid thing, but sometimes that brave really pays off. So that's kind of what I was hearing. I can't quite remember it's been a long time since I watched that movie, but we are getting a lot of dragon themed. And I don't have the card with the dragons in it this time, but that energy is coming forward. So anyone who's resonated with the past dragon energies, these might also be for you. All right. All right, let's see another deck that I have to hold sideways. Okay. We have Healing Waters and Make a Move. I do see a tether. I feel like this could go with the last reading. For some, this could be a separate thing for others. There's healing energy here, and in order to do that, a move needs to be made to heal a situation. There needs to be action, movement. Learn from life. Yeah, I do feel like these are learning lessons. This is about, oh wow, okay, this one first. Air magic. Okay, so magic of the mind and prayers and wishes. It is energetically putting out there what you want to achieve. This could be someone penning up an apology, or trying to figure out, writing down what they want to say to heal a situation, and putting it out there into the universe. It's like that it's going to go well. The wish is for things to go well, for those prayers to be answered. I feel like when it comes down to it, this person has realized that they really want your attention. So whether it goes with the last story or not, there is somebody here who's really focused on the right words, the right things to say, the right apology to kind of move this forward, learn from the past, and heal this situation. Yeah, we have inspiration and courage, and we have all those candles, that action, or that wands energy. So it's like they know it's going to take an action. They're inspired by, I don't know, I guess the want to have something more, or the want to heal this is the inspiration and is giving them the courage. I feel like there's love in this person's heart and they're chasing it. I feel like that's the passion. That's the forward movement. We do have fire magic as well. Again, it's like wanting to get that brave, that movement forward. I don't know if someone is doing candle magic at this time or putting their intentions into candle magic and kind of putting it out there. Feels like really good energy, actually. I feel like it's intention. Do you see how she's so focused on that flame and on what she's creating, growing that passion or growing that situation, creating warmth within it, or light to seek with clarity. I do feel like all of these things are intentions for this person. Masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. We do have seasonal harvest at the bottom, and I do feel like this person wants to reap what they're sowing here. And I feel like they're really putting that effort and energy in mind power, you know, passion and purpose and heart. Look at that. Now we have earth magic. It's like wanting to ground it down into the physical to make this a physical thing. This person could be practicing magic. Doesn't have to be. It could just be the will of the intention and the want for something so badly that it manifests. That's kind of how you manifest. So this person may be manifesting without knowing that they're manifesting, if that makes any sense at all. Meditation for clarity. I feel like they've really been thinking this over, really been trying to figure out how they can come up with a plan, or how they can see this situation with clarity so they can figure out the right words. They can really get the biggest and best out of this situation. Follow your dreams. I feel like that's what they're doing. They're following their dreams. They're going with the flow of what's being offered right now. And then we have give love, and I feel like I want to cut it there. It will take strength and resilience, but I do feel like that's what they really want. They want to give love. They want that reciprocity when it comes to you. And I feel like they're really listening to that wisdom, whether they're connecting with spirit or just going within and feeling their own truth. I feel like they're really listening to themselves and what the heart wants. And I feel like that's really what's kind of stemming all this forward movement. Really gorgeous energy. I love this. I feel like whoever this person is, I feel like they're trying really hard to get things moving in the right direction. Now, this doesn't have to be a past person for all of you. This could be a new person who wants to come in and really wants to grow something with you, and they want to come correct. They don't want to mess things up. They want to really give it their best right off the bat. And I feel like that's also really, really gorgeous energy. I love that. All right. What are these? All right. I don't even know what cards these are, but I was drawn to them. A lot of witchy energy today has come through. I hear occult knowledge. So quite a few of you could have that, or the person that you're dealing with could be into the occult. So, you know, could go either way. We have willpower. I feel like this is you, and transformation. Gorgeous. I feel like that's important, whatever it is. And talent. Okay. I definitely feel like this is you, collective. I feel like you've had this willpower, this push within you to really transform and change yourself and change your life, or not really change yourself, but become more of your authentic self, more freely, more openly. And I feel like that makes it look like you've really changed yourself and become someone else, but you haven't. You've really just become more of yourself. I feel like you're allowing more of your gifts and talents to shine for the world. I feel like you're sharing those things more with others. Yeah, there's a freedom in this. I really feel like you're just stepping into self. Yeah, we have love. And I hear you are love. And I feel like that's kind of where it's coming from. Healing. Yeah, this is a great amount of healing has taken place. And I feel like it all comes down to commitment to self, to your path, to your purpose, to your journey, to your energetic flow. I just feel like You've really been so self-focused, and it's really showing. I feel like it's very, very obvious to those around you. I feel like it's justice in this situation. I feel like you don't get to this point unless you've had some really low lows. You know, you have to rise from the bottom. And I feel like that's what this energy is. I feel like so many of you have found your confidence by really doing the self-work. Absolutely beautiful energy. You know, I feel like you may have been grieving past situations. You may have started out grieving a situation or grieving the loss of something or someone, and it might have started this whole journey, and now look where you are. You're in this prosperity mindset, and I feel like you're really, really pulling in these gorgeous amounts of abundance, and I feel like it's in all areas of your life. Yeah, you're peaceful, and I feel like that really shows. Your energy has this peaceful aura to it. You might even be more fertile at this time, or you're birthing new ideas and new creations. It's kind of Empress energy for me. Ooh. Oh, wow. Dreams. Okay, you're birthing your dreams into reality. I feel like now is the time to do that if this is your energy or where you're heading. I feel like this could be a timeline thing. You could be at any part on this journey, but just know this is where you're going. It's really beautiful energy. You're protected as you go through this. You might even find a new career, or you could be maybe starting your own business for some. For others, you're just really shining and doing what you do. I feel like really great opportunities might be coming your way within the job sector as well. It is all about this new abundance being ushered in. I want to say instincts. For some of you, you could have a new pet right now, or you could be, I hear familiar. Okay, so some of you could be calling for a familiar at this time. I hear optimal timing. So if you do practice and you're calling in a familiar, now would be a good time to do so. I feel like this familiar might show up in the spring. It could be in the form of a stray as well, or adopting from a shelter, something like that. Spirit guide. I feel like you're being guided to do this. I feel like you've got a forever friend on its way to you. I feel like you've been manifesting that I don't know. It's like that love of a pet. You know, the pet that chooses you. I feel like we go through life and for a while we're like, wow, I've never had a pet that's just chosen me to be that one that they really look at and they really, you know, bond with. And I feel like that's what's coming for some of you, is that pet that really bonds with you. And that might be the familiar that's on its way to you. I feel like by spring, some of you could be either, you might have this pet now and then the bond starts to deepen now through spring. So that could be something as well. Your psychic abilities could be really opening up. It could have something to do with this new bond here. You could actually really have a really tight bond with this I want to say familiar, because I feel like you might know what they're thinking when they look at you. That might be coming as well. I feel like that bond is going to be really, really beautiful and an experience to be had for sure. Courage. You know, I am hearing more of the healing phase. You know, it's really strange. And okay, I'm being told to talk about my situation just a touch. I had gotten my son a little dog because I thought, you know, he needs a dog. Little boys need a dog, right? So I ended up getting my son this dog, and he ended up bonding with me and looking at me as mommy, right? And now I have this really tight, the dog loves everyone in the family. So he's really like the family dog, but he really bonded with me. He sleeps with me every night. And the funniest thing is, I didn't know how much I needed that for part of my healing process. It's like I had gone through some really rough times, and I feel like I'd really come out shining, but I feel like this pet that I have is more like a familiar. The bond is really, really strong. And I've noticed that the healing that came with this bond was something I had not anticipated. And I feel like that might be happening for some of you out there. You might have a really specific bond with a pet that becomes very, very healing and puts you into this very outgoing and maybe even courageous energy. I feel like maybe that's one part or one of the last steps in a healing process for you. So that might be coming in as well. You might be manifesting that last part of the healing. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Life's purpose. Okay. So I feel like that might be in like the next step. After all of this healing takes place, I do feel like you're on your path to finding out what your purpose is. Everybody asks what their life's purpose is. I get that question a lot, a million times at least. You know, our life's purpose is many, many things. And it's not one big thing that we do and we're like, okay, well, that's done. I've done my life's purpose. You know, my life's work, I've done it. No, it's never that easy. It's a bunch of little tiny things and some big things too. It's like, we have a lot of people to bless in this life, and that's everybody. You know, everybody comes through as a lesson or a blessing. And I feel like you'll be both as you walk through this life for different people, right? You know, you'll be the hero and the villain in people's stories as you walk through this life. And that's everybody. And that's okay. You know, that there's growing lessons and you're still helping them along, even if, you know, you're not quite the hero in the story. I know that's hard to hear, but I feel like, you know, there are a lot of things that Spirit has lined up for us where we can really help people and really steer them on their path to their next part of their life's purpose. Right? So that's kind of how it goes. It's never just one big, beautiful thing. Although one big, beautiful thing may stand out more than the others, it doesn't mean those other things are less of the purpose. You could hold the door for somebody at the convenience store and give them a smile. And it might be the nicest thing anybody's done for them in a really long time. That might put that person in the mood to get back into their kindness, to see the world in a different light. And it's like that one little smile and that one simple, small gesture could have changed the course of that person's life. Maybe they were walking down, you know, walking down a path that was going to lead them to, I don't know, sadness or hurt or, you know, emotional wounds, you know, and they were just walking that path. You might be the one to do something so simple, so small that it changes all of that for this person. You might never even know it, but that was part of your path and part of your purpose. So, you know, be mindful of that you do a lot of things for people, maybe even things that you just don't even recognize or notice. But those are really big things. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. I really love that. This was a really great deck. I'll have to remember that. Okay, we have one more. I did pull a little extra today. You know, our weekend reads are, you know, only one reading. So, all right. What do we have for this gorgeous collective? Whoa. Of course, I have it in reverse. Wouldn't be a normal day, right? Okay, so we have the moon. So we do have inspiration, but I do hear a secret coming to light. Yeah, a secret coming to light. You might get a letter from someone. Could be a secret admirer. You know, I was hearing something about a secret admirer yesterday, and I was wondering if it was going to come out. And I do kind of feel that way. I feel like someone's been holding an emotional secret when it comes to you that they really care, or they really, I feel like they can really see something with you. I feel like you kind of stand out to this person like the moon. I don't know if this person, I hear Talking to the Moon. So that song by Bruno Mars is kind of playing in my mind right now. So I don't know if they talk to the moon about you. I don't know if this person feels like there are blocks or obstacles in getting to you. I feel like even though there are, I feel like this person can't help from having some type of feelings for you or a depth of feelings for you and a want to really express that. Yeah, we have the Ring. I feel like this person sees you as being someone they could enter into a partnership with. They could go a cycle with. They could offer commitment to and promises to. Yeah, look at that. They want to create change and movement in this situation. They want a new beginning. I don't know if this is a past person. Could be for some. I feel like this could be a newer person for others. It could be someone from the past that you never dated or you never even really talked to all that much. But it could be somebody that really just took a liking to you. I feel like really just likes what you're about or loves the person that you are and really wants to be closer to you. I feel like the only deceptive behavior in this situation is the fact that they held back what they were thinking and feeling, is the fact that they haven't expressed in words or in speak about how they're thinking and feeling about the future and you. Let's see. Yeah. We have education, knowledge, research, the unknown, mystery, and a secret. Like I said, that secret is coming forward. I feel like they might be writing it or sending you a letter in the mail or maybe sending you an email or a text message. I don't feel like this person's going to come face to face. I feel like they might try to approach you as friends. Maybe you do something for as far as business-wise where they could come towards you maybe for business help or whatever it is that you do. They might utilize that as a jumping off point to maybe start talking to you and becoming friendly with you. They might ask you about your hobbies. It could be something like that. Could be anything along those lines. That might be a way in. Ending, loss, sadness, depression, illness, transformation. I feel like they want to transform this situation. I feel like they want to create some type of closeness, some type of bond. And I think they want to do that in a very public way. Like, they don't want to hide the fact. I feel like this person doesn't want to hide the fact that they're interested in you anymore. They really want to see if it's a possibility. I feel like they see you as being that bright, shiny star. It's like that one that really stands out, or that moon that takes up the sky. I really love that. I feel like they feel that it's fate, that this is going to come into fruition. They're hoping they're lucky in this situation. Maybe going towards you would be a gamble, but they have that hope there. I feel like they want to be loyal, and I feel like they know that you could be loyal and trustworthy and supportive. I feel like they know they could start out as friends if they were looking to move slower with you, that, you know, maybe it could grow from there. I feel like they really want that friendship bond and they want that lover's bond. And I feel like that's a really amazing way to create a lot of stability in a relationship, something that grows over time. It's like, I don't know, I feel like this person would say, yes, I want to be your friend, but yes, I also want to be your lover. And it's like, I want to make that, I feel like this person would want to make that known, like, right out the gate, that it's like, they don't want to be friend zoned. They don't want to be put in the friend zone, but they do want to be your friend. They do want that bond, because it's like when there's nothing underneath of love and attraction, it's like, you know, that bond can fall short, or that situation can break apart. When there's friendship and understanding and all of these other things underneath of that, it just creates a really strong foundation to really grow upon. And I feel like this person sees that they could do that there. They could really drop anchor when it comes to you. I feel like they really want to move this forward. Oh, wow. Abundance in the situation. I do feel like they know that this could be a really abundant situation with the two of you. And there's that letter. It all starts with a letter. It all starts with a simple communication. And, wow. One more, Spirit. Just one more. the child, innocent, young, playfulness. And I feel like this may come and be very playful. They may even sign it as your secret admirer, something like that. And I feel like they would make it really fun. Like maybe you'd get an actual letter in the mail every couple of days, and they would tell you more maybe about the way that they see you or how they want to connect with you, or, you know, I think it would just, they would probably try and make it really fun. They might even send you flowers one day. You know, it just sounds like a really cute, fun, I feel like they want to create smiles. They want to really make this happy and fun and exciting, you know, not just for you, but for them too. I feel like this would be something fun that they'd really enjoy doing. I feel like this person is a giver, and I hear when two givers indulge in a relationship, and I feel like maybe both of you are givers, and that's why they think that they could create so much happiness here. Success, victory, happiness, the truth, warmth, positive outcome, right? It's like with that warmth and that playful energy, I feel like they know that they can create a really positive outcome and maybe even go towards this goal that they have. Like I said, they want to drop anchor with you. So create a home with you, and some security and some comfort and that warmth again. I feel like this person's big on that warmth. Maybe the past relationships that they had or you've had, it maybe lacked that bond or lacked that warmth. It could have been one of convenience, or one that just maybe had sexual notes to it but didn't really have a friendship involved in it. This seems like it's going to have more. And I feel like that's what this person is looking at you, because they feel like you've got that more. And I feel like they know they've got that more. Very, very gorgeous energy. I love it. Okay, initials, yours, theirs. I see myself pouring. So if yours aren't in here, no worries. If you resonate with some of those messages, take that, follow your intuition. Again, toss out anything that doesn't resonate for you. If I say this is a past person and you know it's going to be a new person that comes in, or this has already started with a new person, just switch that up. All of these situations could be on a timeline. So you could be, you know, at the beginning of it or towards the end of it. You'll know better than I do what your story is. These are general. So get in where you fit in, you know. All right. I hear go, and I hear go forth. I feel like don't worry if it's going to be a yes or a no. It's like, just give it a try. All right. Is there anything we want to say? All right, nope, we're going to leave it today. We're not doing the names. All right, any numbers? I hear 333. With that, so that could be for some. All right, you might have an X coming back. It could be an F or an M or a W, and that will be for some. All right, let's see. What do we have for this gorgeous collective? Okay. Ooh, yeah. Somebody sees you as being very unique, and I just got a tarot burp, so it was a bit sour. So I don't know if you've got people out there that are so sour that you are shining in your authenticity. Keep shining. Or the fact that people see you as being very unique and very beautiful or very handsome. I feel like you've got that magnetism, that energy. You might have siren energy, whether masculine or feminine. You just pull people in. I feel like you've got people, you know, kind of stressed out or upset. The fact that, you know, you have this uniqueness to you that can't be duplicated. And I feel like people are really kind of angry about the fact that they can't copy you and create your light because it's yours. You know, if they were to shine in their own specific light instead of trying to copy yours, they could shine just as brightly, but they're not, you know, going within. And I feel like this is a lot with you. Have already, you know, you've done the work and you've gone within. I do feel like we have some type of ancestor energy coming in here. Crossed over loved one. Could be someone who is recently crossed. You might be hearing song signs that remind you of this person. I am hearing uncle or father, grandfather. Yeah, I'm getting more masculine energy, although it could be a crossed over feminine who's sending you a song. I heard grandmom, so could be. But I feel like you may be hearing songs that they liked or listening to songs that they liked because it makes you feel closer to them or more connected to them. Just know that they're not far. They're never far when they cross over. And I feel like I just want you to know I'm okay. So I feel like this person may have been suffering with some type of illness, and one that eventually had taken its toll on their physical body. Just know that they're happy, that their soul is free. They're not stuck in that heaviness that they crossed over in. And I feel like they're trying to help you get past the trauma of losing them. I feel like they're very close to you right now. So when you feel them, just know they're there. I feel like they're giving you guidance. And they could be doing so through songs or through things. You might actually be... Okay, so for some I hear it's been a year today since they've passed, or it's been 10 years since this person's passed. You could be thinking about a specific someone who's crossed over. Just know that they're with you. I feel like they're also stepping forward and letting you know that they're here and that they love you and that all is well. I feel like they're helping you a lot more than you know. I feel like you might even be aware of it, but just know that they've got their hands in. They're helping divine kind of usher really gorgeous opportunities in for you. I feel like they want to create peace in your love life as well. I feel like that's something that may be a bit elusive to some of you. That peace and love with a partner. I feel like that could be something that they're really trying to help guide in towards you. I feel like, and protection. Just know that I don't know if these are grandparents or a father figure or someone like that. I get that there is a significant amount of protection that is circling you. I feel like you're protected by the love of the ones who came before you. So that's for who it's for. I feel like you'll know if that's for you. I feel like everyone is, but I feel like there are, for some specifically, if you felt like you were being protected by crossed over loved ones, you're absolutely right in feeling that way. Okay, that is what I have for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, friends.